Now for the track guide. For starting, if you want to improve at a quicker pace, check out GITGUDracing.com. I have a lot of courses that I can help you with, specifically in this car, but going into the track guide itself, turn 1 reference for braking will be the 100 meter board. Past the 100, we will be applying the brakes, specifically at this light pole here on the right side. So when you're at it, drop the throttle, add the brakes, in third gear, look for this dip near the apex. There's a lot of grip in the compression there, but the trick here, because this corner leads to a big straight, is to turn later into the corner, apex later. So as you're seeing the corner from this perspective right here, you shouldn't hit it in the middle, you should have hit it a little bit on the exit. So you see here on the way out, it's not in the middle of the corner, it's a little bit after the middle, because this is a late apex, pushing the throttle very hard, very close to this curb, and then making sure the car arrives on the green with the right tire. Super important. This leads to a huge straight, and if you're a little bit hesitant with the throttle, you lose a lot of time. By the way, this was done with a fixed setup, but if you want to go even quicker, if you're running the open series, highly encourage you to check Go setups out for these cars. They are amazing. We also have a 10% discount code. But now, going into the next corner, reference for braking will be past the 100 meter board before the beginning of the concrete on the left side. Braking in a straight line, make sure you put your left tire to the left side of the white line, because you're aligning yourself with the grass, not with the white line. So barely brushing the grass, going into this corner in third gear. Once again, you have to stay very close to the inside. Don't take this curb, don't touch the curb, just touch the white line, just like that, very close to the white line. Push the throttle aggressively, you should be arriving near the wall. Very, very difficult lap, by the way. You're always near the walls in this section. Now for the next one, go all the way to the right side. You'll start barely turning into the corner, apexing very close to this kink in the white line. And when you reach this point, you should be applying the brakes. And initially, we're going to be braking softer, because we're also turning, so in third gear. But as we start to straighten up the car, we increase the brake pressure. So it starts slowly, but then we're progressively ramping up the pressure. And now we're heading towards this left side where we need to stay very, very close to the wall. Super close to the wall. The moment that we reach the dip, we should be pressing the gas, but modulate it a little bit because the grip levels is changing as you go up. So you have to unwind the wheel a little bit quicker, otherwise you will get wheel spin in this section. So get as quickly as you can to 0 degrees steering angle on the wheel, and then maintain 100% throttle. This part is done with just a tiny lift, as you can see right now, pushing the throttle back in, very close to the wall. The same thing will apply for the next corner right here. The difference is that we drop the throttle completely to 0, pushing the throttle before we get the curb, 100% back against here as well. First thing is we turn, then we do the throttle lift. That's the order. And then we push the throttle before arriving at the curb once again, using this part on the right side. And now is the descent. This is very, very tricky. So the first thing, bring the car as quickly as you can to the left side here. So barely brushing the wall. This will be critical because on our braking downwards, we want to minimize the steering wheel angle. If we can brake with a bit less steering, means we have more grip for the braking. So look, we start turning and braking at this point in time. So we are still on a straight elevation, just a little bit of going downwards. But we brake very, very softly because we're also turning. So softly, softly, softly. When we reach this white line that has a little kink in it, where when the wall changed the color from red to orange, we want to get very close to it. This is our apex point actually. Now we start to straighten up the car. Look at the steering. So we steered all the way to the right side, but now we're starting to straighten it up, and we increase the brake pressure because we decrease the steering wheel angle. So the whole idea of this descent is that we want to initially bring the car from the left to the right to arrive in this position, and now it's almost like you're imagining a straight line going downwards, because that's exactly what we're gonna do. And because it's close to a straight line, we can bump up the brake pressure. So brake soft initially to carry the momentum, carry the speed, and whenever the mechanical grip is in a better place because you straighten up the wheel, then you're gonna be smashing the brakes harder. Take this curb. When you're steering towards the left side, drop the brake pressure, obviously. And now you will just bring the car back on the right side, very close to this wall, trail braking all the way, so still on the brakes, still on the brakes. When you get close to seeing the exit of this curb, that's the moment when you start pushing the throttle, just like that. It's just a brief moment because at the ending of the curb, you're gonna be braking once again and turning towards the left side. And before you land, you should be pressing the gas, because this will stabilize the rear. Press the gas before you land, just like that, go to 100%, and now this is just flat here. Now, the moment that you bring the car to the left side, you're in this position, you will be already starting to brake. You have to ease the brakes into the next corner. We don't have enough downforce to stay a little bit more straight and then brake, so we're gonna be already on the brakes, downshifting to third. You're gonna be following this white line where you barely hold the brakes, 5% as you can see. And when you straighten up the car like right now and you're done with the cornering, you're at the blue banner on the right side, then you will be pressing the brakes harder. So notice steering wheel straight, a lot harder on the brakes, going in second gear, and now we start cornering, and we need to stay very tight around this wall on the left side, very tight. Go into the compression. The moment that you feel the suspension being compressed and you're landing, you're smashing here into the tarmac, that's the point to hit the throttle, hit it hard, and that's your way down. This is way harder than it looks. It's very easy to say that, okay, you have to keep the steering wheel straight here and also time it with the brake, but when you're doing it in real time, this is a bit harder. So take it easy on yourself. If you crash a lot during practice, use active resets. This is a very difficult combo. Now going into the next corner, you have here the 150 meter board. At the 150, braking very hard. You have the car stop speed, 80% pressure, and now you want to turn and apex close to the end. Is not the center, is closer to the end. So once again, like in turn 1, a late apex, pushing the throttle the moment that you arrive here. The car should bring you to this curb on the right side. This is a bit thin compared with the other one, so make sure you're not getting the grass and the off track, but make sure you're mounting it as well. Same here on the left side. And now we're heading towards the last corner of the track. We have here the 100 meter board. Past the 100, we're going to be applying the brakes, braking a straight line in second gear, late apex into this compression. So when the curb ends, that's the moment when you should be pressing the throttle. And in short, that's the lap. Very difficult, but I hope you have a great week around here. And if you want to improve at a quicker pace, GITGUDRacing.com, go setups. I'm looking forward to see you in the next one. Bye bye.